Good, beautiful afternoon, everyone. After about almost a week homesick, we are out roaming again. Just had our first Uber ride over from the apartment. Teddy was quite excited and that was successful. So we're gonna go roaming. We invite you to join us. You know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of choice and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times. And as soon as we go through security, we're seeing the first signs of Christmas. How exciting! Even with Mickey's. The arrow's telling you you'd like to go to Epcot first? Okay, we're gonna start our evening at Epcot. And our chariot awaits. Monorail cool, headed to Epcot. Somebody wanted to play Kindle for a while we took the ride over. He's super excited for this. Well, it worked better than last week, except it only got my picture and not Teddy's picture.
Out from your home fueling station, you're off.
Let's go explore, explore, explore. Let's go explore the big blue world.
Wait, Mr. Ray, we can't explore without Nemo.
I'm sure we'll see him any minute now.
Nemo!
Fish, where are you?
Swim over and say good day to your old pal Bruce. A morsel, mate. Fish are friends for food.
So we had to go ride and meet Nemo for a while. Now we're up here walking the aquarium. Always love seeing this ray up here resting like this. Last week it was like a type of a shark type thing, and today it's a ray. He's huge, huh, Teddy? Teddy walks right through my shot. Look, he's gonna swim right in front of you, Teddy. Look, 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 look.
Wait!
Look it. I can't keep up with him.
That was cool. This is making Mom, I found this.
Teddy keeps going, look at all the fish. Look at all the fish.
This is not he broke this way.
I'm zooming you out.
I don't
Here he comes. Anna, look at him.
It is a dolphin, sweetie. making our run through Moana, our weekly run. Yeah, there you go. Teddy knows the secret. After you. Thank you. We've had fun doing a couple of items that we knew were short waits, and we just checked in. Soarin' is only listed at 20 minutes. So Teddy says, let's go. So we're gonna head into the land and see if Soarin' truly is at only 20 minutes, and probably catch the Living with the Land boat ride as well. You ready? You excited?
The U.S. Department of Agriculture
Look at the pineapples, Teddy, look.
ways to produce equal harvests now and into the future. Around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm becomes our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important
Look,
goal.
the fire's going, Teddy. They're roasting some corn. Look, they're roasting corn.
We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 times.
We entered Epcot about 10 minutes to 2, maybe not even that. I made a reservation just as we were getting ready to walk in because I was afraid I was just a few minutes too early so that they were gonna have me have a reservation. The 2 o'clock is the cutoff where you don't have to have a reservation. So in say about 2 hours and 20 minutes, we've done a lot. We took a spin on Spaceship Earth. We went and saw Finding Nemo, the ride, and we went up and walked around the aquarium area for a little bit. Then we stopped in and did Turtle Talk with Crush. Came over here to the Land Pavilion, had a beautiful ride on Soarin' again, then just rode Living with the Land boat ride. And foolishly, I thought the annual pass holder lounge was still here. So I told Teddy after the boat ride, let's go get a snack. And I meant out of the backpack that I had brought. But the pass holder lounge is not a thing here anymore. I don't know, maybe it's somewhere else. I'll have to investigate that. So I got looking at their snacks and I have to show you. So we did end up getting snacks and some complimentary ice water. Teddy had this with his dad one time when I went to ride Guardians and they came over here to wait for me. And Teddy has been big on this ever since, that when he's at the land, he wants to have his strawberries and cheese. And at the time, he only ate the strawberries and gave his father all the cheese, but he will eat Baby Bells now. I've been buying Baby Bells and he loves to unpeel the Baby Bells. And I love, look, it has Pluto on it and the Disney 100. And if he doesn't eat the cheese, I'm gonna have to throw it away, sadly, because I cannot eat the cheese anymore in my life. I could eat the strawberries, but I doubt he's gonna give me the strawberries. So we'll see how Teddy does with this. So that's pretty cool, but I'm really excited about what I'm gonna show you. This is a cookies and cream mousse, and something I never ever would have gotten excited for ever in my life before, but it's vegan. It's completely vegan. So this whole treat, unless there's something else in it that might get me alpha-gal wise, where there's a couple other items that aren't exactly technically mammal related, but you can be triggered by, because they do contain the alpha-gal molecule. But I'm gonna give it a whirl. I've never been so excited about a moose cup in all of my life. I'm sorry the lighting and the focus is kind of going in and out. I'm just really excited. Focused in a little bit to show you. See, it's really, to a normal person, it's probably not very exciting. But when you have food sensitivities now and you have to be so careful, oh, I hope I get no reaction off this, because this looks just heavenly. I almost couldn't get the camera up in time. He wanted to show Grandma and Grandpa his muscles. My mom and dad watch a lot of our videos to watch him, and he likes showing them a lot of stuff. Look, Grandpa, he's got muscles.
Let me put down.
You can put them in the tray, honey, of your dish. There you go. Muscle power. So I've had a couple of bites already. It brought me to tears. Teddy was so concerned about me, but I explained to him it was happy tears, because there's so little treat like that I can find easy out in the world without being at home and just making it for myself. So when you can't have hardly anything, yeah, this is bliss. So the baby bell already went down the hatch. The strawberries are going down the hatch. He's pretty happy with his snack choices too, huh? Uh-huh. He's watching kids behind me, and that's where his attention's going. A lot of kids running around. So Teddy has eaten most of his snack. Funny, he liked the yellow cheese better than the white cheese of the cubed cheeses. But hey, he ate a majority of it, so I'm not gonna complain. My thing was tasty. So we'll see. We'll see. I know it's probably obviously not gluten-free. And with my gluten stuff, that's an intolerance. It's not a complete celiac or anything. So if I have little bits of it, it's not gonna like knock me out and kill me. But I try to avoid gluten when I can, but sometimes you just can't avoid both. And the alpha-gal is more serious. So with that said, sometimes with alpha-gal, it takes a good 4 hours before you'd even see a reaction, because it has to get in your bloodstream. So I'll try to remember to update you later. I'm hoping I found a good, easy grab treat that I could have when I'm walking around with the boys, because this is a spot sometimes we hit a lot to just have a break. So I'm letting Teddy kind of finish up. Oh, why I'm sitting here, Teddy spilled his cup of water all over the table. So I had to run and get napkins and wipe that up. So I'm gonna finish the water that's not spilled and let him finish his game and break, and then we're gonna move on to do some more fun. We had a nice break. Now, Teddy's request was to play with his dancing, jumping water. I tried to see if he would go ride Figment with me, and that was a big no. But he did really good, because usually he won't tell you his reasons. And I did kind of sit with him and say, you know, we really got to talk about it. You got to use your words and tell me why. And he thought about it, and he did. He's playing with another little boy, and I'm really proud of him. That was a big step for him to say, Mama, I'm just scared of it. And I said, well, thank you for telling me. I respect that you told me, and we won't do it. We'll go play with the water instead. I keep trying to film him playing in it, but it's like really breezy tonight. It's beautiful for walking around, but makes it difficult sometimes to film. He loves doing this. He could run around here for an hour. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see if he dares do it. So I never thought about this music possibly being copyrighted, and I keep just rolling film. Wait for it to come back around. So we stopped by the outdoor playground and had a little playground break. And now then we had a potty break and a drink water break. And now it is time for Mission Space, which Teddy will remind me he only wants to do green right now. He's not ready for orange. Hey, I'm just proud he's willing to do green. So green is the less intense if you're not familiar with Mission Space. It doesn't really spin or have the G-forces or anything like that. Orange is the more intense. It really does have those G-forces kicking in. So, are you excited, Bubba? I love it when the sun's hitting that this time of night. Like glows. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's tall enough.
You are. You're even tall enough. Stand up to orange. I just want to see if you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You are. You're 44. But we can do green. I respect your decision, honey. We can do green. No, I didn't really get much of the cue when I brought him through last time because he was so nervous. So he wanted a bit of him walking through the queue today. It's a nice queue, isn't it? Taking a look at the control room here too. It's only Teddy and I in our pod, and he insisted he be the engineer. If you're gonna be the engineer, you're gonna be over on that one, honey. Yeah, I think you gotta step back. I think that's engineer. I don't remember what order they're in. We'll see. But it's only you and I, so I can put you in the engineer spot when you're ready.
Attention astronaut candidates. You have selected Green Team, less intense training. However, if you are made uncomfortable by enclosed dark spaces or simulators, you may exit the flight training area now. Ask a uniformed crew member for directions.
Congratulations, team. You have been selected to train for a spectacular mission around the You're gonna love it.
He's wicked excited. Look at him.
Listen up.
Okay.
Here are your
Oh,
assignments. Navigator, you'll be adjusting the pitch of the X2 if necessary, and firing thrusters for your descent. Pilot, on my signal, I'll need you to trigger first stage
yeah, I'm gonna be the
separation.
pilot.
You'll also be triggering the landing sequence. Commander, you will be responsible for activating the flight sequence and for activating manual control if needed. Engineer, you will activate the flight cameras when we reach altitude. You will also extend the wings.
Here, you're my engineer?
Don't worry. When it's time
Yeah?
to push the buttons, they will
Okay.
light up. Then I'll give you the go.
Here's what the inside looks like.
Stunning.
Teddy's in the engineer spot. I am gonna sit next to him. So we have no pilot. I know this is like not good lighting, but I didn't get to film last time because he was so nervous and we were with other people. So I really just wanted to get some of this because he likes watching these at home. Plus I know his dad's gonna want to see him on this. Say hi to Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Say hi to Grandma and Grandpa.
Hi.
All right, you ready? It is go time. Yeah, Teddy still can't quite reach many of the buttons to play with. So if you're not familiar with this ride, yeah, all those buttons are just free for you to just play around.
Good luck,
have fun
team.
with.
All of us here at Mission Control wish you a safe.
You're up, Teddy. Can you reach it?
Computer override initiated.
Yeah, Teddy couldn't quite reach it. They overrode us already. Oh, good job.
And leaving the continent at San Francisco.
We're leaving the continent. Wow, she's beautiful.
The space station should be coming into view. And down on Earth, the Hawaiian Islands.
Trying to look over to the side.
In a moment, you'll be crossing paths with By now, you're over the Middle East, and to the left is the Nile River, snaking its way toward Cairo and the Mediterranean.
Fun ride on Mission Space, and then he did a little bit of time on the playground in here. Now one video game, and then we'll leave. I love looking at all the stuff in here. It's kind of dark in here though, because that big game over there is not going right now because it's late in the evening. Well, late for them, so they have that shut down. Teddy's getting better and better at this each time though. Like the look at you. We stopped for a little bit of a water break. He decided he wanted to go out into World Showcase because he's been kind of going back and forth tonight because I can't film you when you're looking at me. I'm chasing you. I'm chasing you. All right, I'll look out here at the birdhouses. So Magic Kingdom is actually open till midnight. So that was our original plan, was to come over here to Epcot for a little while. Do you want to be in it too? I'll put it in selfie mode. Hold on. There we go. We figured it out. So Magic Kingdom closes at midnight. So our original plan was to come to Epcot for a while and then go to Magic Kingdom. But now he's like, really wants to walk around World Showcase, I guess. And he's being silly. I was trying to show you, we started this clip because we wanted to show you his fleece. There, we got some silliness out of the way. This fleece, believe it or not, that he's wearing that he had to put on after his water break, we got at a Goodwill store in Maine when we were home visiting my parents, his grandparents, this summer. So I'm glad I got it, because the sweatshirt he did have, we found out yesterday, doesn't fit him anymore. So right now, this is the only like sweatshirt type thing he owns. So might have to start shopping for a couple more the next couple of weeks. All right, Bob. There, I finally got to talk about the fleece. Are you ready? Okay, I will follow you. So Teddy wanted to come over to Japan to think about having a Kakigori, and we cheated. We didn't walk across. We took a friendship boat. I know it's getting late, and it's our first day out after being homesick for a while, so we wanted to save a few steps. We took a friendship boat across. Beautiful night, and I do believe, for documentation, that was Teddy's first time on a friendship boat here on this body of water. He's done them going like between beach club and studios and all that, but I don't believe he's done the ones.
Let's give them big hand, please. Thank you so much for dancing with us. Great job.
Teddy went with a tangerine, and we did not get the milk. So they were really sweet. They let me read the allergen book, and I'm gonna give it a go. I haven't had any reaction from the last snack, so hey, I'm gonna give it a go because it looks nice and tasty right now. Poor Teddy just banged his knee before he sat down, and he wanted to get his sweatshirt and his backpack off. But what do you think? Yeah. You've had it before like 2 years ago, so I don't think you remembered what it was and that you would love it. He kept saying, I don't know, Mom. I told him, I said, you'll love it. He's giving up on the spoon. He's just diving in now. We came up here to where the quick service area is in Japan to enjoy the lanterns at night. So Teddy was a fan of the Kakigori. I had a few bites, and I'll see how I do with it. And if I do good, then yeah, I'm gonna be hitting that stand a lot. That always was one of my favorites.
You like all the colors?
I do I like tangerine and melon the best, I think. Hey, comment below, guys, if you're Kakigori fans, tell us which flavors you like.
Excuse me, have you seen a bear?
Y'all have numbers. The VIP guys will say just leave it at night. They always make their rounds.
We're home. I didn't really film much because we had a crowded monorail across and we had to get an Uber home, but I want to talk a little bit about how tonight went and some kind of new things that happened. So I got him a snack, got him into bed, let me get him drifting off, and then we'll have a chat. My late night meal. Gluten-free, dairy-free toast with scrambled eggs. I forgot to top it with some cracked black pepper. Usually I like a little bit of pepper on my eggs. A cutie, or clementine, however you want to call it. And 3 dates. So, there. A little bit of a meal, since I didn't really eat a lot while we were at Epcot. Good thing I had a good lunch. And unwind to some YouTube. So if you may have noticed, I mentioned that, oh, I'm sorry, there's like a really, a glare from the TV on my glasses. Hold on, let me shut the TV off. That's kind of weird. So it wasn't the TV. Okay, just want to do a quick recap because this is going to be something new for us going forward, actually, is we don't have a vehicle anymore. So a big part of our life for a while is going to be Uber or maybe Lyft if Uber's not working right, or City Bus. I do have a bus pass for the month. Here on Lynx, Teddy is under 6 still, so he's considered free still if he's traveling with a paying adult. So we do have some options. We do plan to eventually get a different vehicle, but for right now, no vehicle in our life. So I may be kind of working that into vlogs because I know like some of you may live here in the area and you either share one car. I'm sorry for that glare on my glasses. Oh yeah, put my glass, no, then I can't see you. Now that I have new glasses, my eyes have adjusted and I cannot see anything without them. Like, anyway, maybe you live locally and you only have one vehicle in your family. Like, even when we do get a vehicle, it will be back to just one vehicle in our family. So maybe you want to utilize that, or you're visiting the area and you want to know more about how Uber or Lyft, or maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you have two vehicles in your family and you want to downsize and utilize Uber, Lyft, you know, city bus more. So I do think I'll, if you guys have interest in that, start working that into vlogs. So tonight, or this afternoon, we grabbed an Uber around, I don't know, 1 o'clock, I think it was. No wait, hardly at all. Of course, we're right behind the Magic Kingdom, so there's a bunch of them that just kind of circle this area waiting to get rides around Disney property. So it wasn't really that long of a wait to get a driver. He was cordial, he was safe, his car was clean. So at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to go from my apartment, which is directly behind like Magic Kingdom, where cast report and all of that, kind of out on the Reams Road, to go to the TTC, which is Magic Kingdom parking. It was like $7, and then I tipped him a couple of dollars. So it was like, but I don't think I'll usually figure in tips when I tell you guys information, because that can change. Like the driver we had tonight was horrible and I didn't tip him very well at all. And I typically am a good tipper with service and stuff. So if a person's really good, I will tip really good. So I don't think I'll figure that in when I'm telling you guys. So it was basically $7 this afternoon. And then coming back tonight, I thought it would be a surge time, because when we left the TTC, it was right around 9 o'clock, maybe going on 9 o'clock. So Epcot was closing. Magic Kingdom was open until midnight, so that kind of threw it off a little bit probably, but you would have had Magic Kingdom usually closing at that time. So it was a little bit busier, and as you know, prices with these things do go up and down depending on supply and demand. So to come back to my apartment tonight, it was like 8 something. The driver was not nearly as nice as the driver this afternoon. He was younger, and he had really loud music that had a lot of swear words through it. And I don't know about you guys, but common sense might say if someone gets in the car with a child, do a quick, like have so many channels programmed in that you could do a quick something, so you wouldn't have inappropriate music playing. He also was a little bit not really the greatest driver, a little bit speedy, cutting corners not very good, not using a directional, not very cordial either. Like he kind of dropped us off like out in the middle of the road, not really pulling up like up to our building. And I'm glad Teddy was cordial. I'm glad I'm raising my son correctly, because when Teddy got out of the car, he goes, "Thank you," and I'm like, oh, I'm doing something right. So those were my Uber experiences tonight. But overall, I mean, so round trip, it was $20, so not bad. The other notes I wanted to give is I do have alpha-gal syndrome, which is, if you don't know what alpha-gal syndrome is it means I was bitten by a tick. Ooh, my doctor has some theories that, as sensitive as I am, that maybe it's happened more than once in my life. So when you have more than one episode, like I do remember getting into a nest of seed ticks last fall, which is like a younger stage of the tick, and I had them all over my leg. It just looked like mud to me. Anyway, alpha-gal is a tick-borne illness that makes you allergic to mammalian, so I'm allergic to meat. It's kind of nicknamed the red meat allergy, but it's also dairy. But it goes way beyond that if you're really sensitive, which actually I sometimes am. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. I can never remember how to pronounce it, but There's also like a form of red algae, which obviously isn't mammalian. It begins with a C, like carrageenan or something like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I finally figured out how to spell it. And sometimes I have reactions to that, as well as sometimes I have reactions to xanthan gum. So it goes beyond even just mammal products. And then on top of that, we're starting to discover that I have a lot of gluten intolerances. So sometimes certain things get me, sometimes not so much. With that said, I do want to start working more discussions in of what I'm eating, if I've really researched the ingredients, how it affects me, how it doesn't, when I'm out and about with you guys, or even I'll start doing some home cooking and stuff too when we're doing home vlogs. And the moose I did not have a reaction off the moose at all. Nothing. I will be having that again. I did have a little bit of the Kakigori with Teddy, and I did get a scratchy throat. Don't know what that's from. That could have even been colors in the tangerine. And with that said, I keep realizing my arm is getting tired to keep trying to hold the phone on me, and I'm hungry. My dinner's getting cold. I think Teddy finally fell asleep, so I am going to say goodnight to you guys until the next vlog. Dive into my food, watch some YouTube, and then drift off to sleep myself. I hope you enjoyed tagging along to Epcot with us. I'm trying to mix it up some, that not always film the same stuff like in length, and do like shorter clips of stuff we do all the time, and then add in longer clips of anything new we throw in the evening. And a lot of these vlogs with Teddy are gonna be just bouncing around as a mom and son. And then times when Mark is in town, I could kind of break off from the boys and do a little bit more in-depth, something with a specific topic to it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed tagging along with Teddy and I. We enjoyed having you. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring, and hey, what's next?